15 minutes, a baby is born with a congenital heart defect. 1 in 4 of those babies will require surgery in just their first year of life.
Tonight, News 8's Angie Sharp introduces us to a Bettendorf girl who had surgery when she was 8 weeks old. She survived, and you can help other children survive too.
I'm done.
Cute and confident.
Are you serious? Yep.
Carly Kettman is your typical 6-year-old.
Almost. There you go.
She loves games.
1.
Her guinea pig, cheerleading, gymnastics, drawing,
Oh, should we draw some hearts?
and dancing.
Jazz, tap, and ballet.
Oh my goodness, that's a lot. You are a busy little girl.
You'd never know what Carly's been through. And on July 3rd, 2013, her parents didn't know either.
We thought everything was good and healthy.
Julie and Chris say a doctor found a heart murmur, but they weren't worried until her 2-week checkup.
And I remember Dr. Campbell listening to her and just saying, I think we should just cross our T's and dot our I's and just get an echo, just make sure that everything's okay. And she later told me that she wasn't trying to alarm me at that visit, but that Carly's murmur just sounded different than any other murmur that she'd ever heard.
6 weeks later, Carly was undergoing heart surgery.
So I remember that day going into Mayo and checking in, and it's like 5 a.m. And she's in a little tiny, onesie sleeper, and having to hand her over to a pediatric anesthesiologist that we'd met for 2 minutes. Essentially, her aorta was too narrow as it flowed down. The blood was not getting adequately to the bottom part of her body, and it was also impacting blood pressure.
Her blood pressure in the upper half of her body was really high, and the lower half of her body was really low because it was trying to squeeze that blood through like a pinched straw, basically.
It was going to make the heart muscle get really enlarged, and if they don't catch that, obviously devastating things can happen.
But thanks to advancements, Carly's congenital heart defect was fixed.
Carly is an example of a life saved because of research.
That's why she's been chosen as this year's Princess of the Heart Ball, a fundraiser for the American Heart Association.
She's been a princess her whole life, right? But this amped it up and put it on steroids, I think, to a whole nother level.
Who's your favorite Disney princess?
Rapunzel.
Rapunzel. That's good. So you're going to have hair like Rapunzel at the Heart Ball?
Yeah.
I think everybody's been impacted by heart disease and heart conditions in some way, shape, or form. I think it's important, to support organizations like this, and because you don't know who it ultimately will help. Whether it helps you, whether it helps your family, whether it helps friends, whatever.
It's certainly helped Carly live a normal 6-year-old's life, full of fun and games for a daughter, a sister, and a survivor.
Dad, can you put them on?
Yep.
Angie Sharp, WQAD News 8.
You can support Carly at the Quad Cities Heart Ball this Saturday at the Radisson in downtown Davenport. Tickets are still available. For information, go to WQAD.com, type Heart Ball into the search box at the top of our homepage. WQAD News 8 is a proud sponsor of the Heart Ball and other events organized by our American Heart Association.